Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of your mom's favorite podcast, the Otaku Obentou Podcast. My name is Pixcelation.
And I'm the handsome one named Coach. I'm the reason your mom's watching this podcast.
I was just about to say that. Why'd you steal that from me? My God. Anyway.
I'm the reason for the moms that watch our podcast. Yay. I'm in their bridge club.
Oh,
It's totally not sexy. I'm just in their bridge club.
Anyway, I am excited for this one because we are going to be talking about some good old-fashioned nostalgia. You know, the thing that makes us all hate the time we live in and want us to go back. Of course, there are plenty of other reasons why going back in time would be a bad idea. Sometimes you just want to go back to good old-fashioned 2001.
Not doing it in 2001. I got to think about that before we go back.
Anyway, long and short of it, today we are going to be talking about Toonami and Adult Swim anime, stuff that aired on the good old-fashioned Cartoon Network. Rest in pieces. They are now a streaming platform devoted to Teen Titans Go, and that's it.
I love Teen Titans Go, first of all.
What?
Let's get that clear. I'm a Teen Titans Go fan. It's really well written.
No, that's fine. I'm not even talking garbage about the show. I'm just saying that's like all they play these days, it feels like.
Yeah, that's it. No,
yeah.
they're falling.
It's kind of like right before G4 died, they would just play nonstop cops and cheaters, and it was never about video games in the end. And in this case, it's not about a variety. They have such a pantheon of cartoon greats, and they are just relegated only to Teen Titans Go. You would think, though, that they would, all you have to do to introduce today's generation to the old stuff is play the old stuff. But, they don't do that. So. But we're not talking about Cartoon Network. We're talking about Toonami. Toonami is, in the words of Richie Branson, Toonami's back, bitches. And it's been back for 15 years. God. I'm so old.
I know that hurt your feelings.
Yeah, it did. Because I thought about how it started. It started back up in 2012. And that was 13 years ago? 14 years ago now?
You shut your damn mouth.
Yeah, that just hit me, and I'm like, I'm scared of the passage of time.
I don't fear it as much as I used to.
That's valid. I think I would like to believe that the older you get, the more you just don't give a shit anymore. But some people probably.
That is very true. A lot of things that bother people, I barely think about now.
Right.
I just like, that happened.
But yeah,
okay.
So we're going to go through kind of the hits from each of our generations as far as what we drew.
You know what I'm going to say this. I just looked at this list.
Yeah.
And what gets me about Toonami is how it connects millennials and Gen X and Gen Z. We're all, if you watch Toonami, you have an era of Toonami that spoke to you. Yeah,
that's definitely true. Unless, of course, you are talking from 2009 to 2011. There's a brief blip where they just Toonami didn't exist. But that's just But yeah, no. The first thing I notice when I look at this list, because I'm sorting it, like I said before, I'm sorting it according to earliest to latest. And the first thing I noticed is that were you introduced to Robotech from Toonami, or would you just find it out in the wild?
No, I knew Robotech way before this.
Okay, because
I was hyped when it came to Toonami, but I was on Robotech before this, and then it was just, wow, that's cool. I wish that would have existed when I had it.
Right. Well, I mean, it aired in 1998, so that's as early as I think you can get with Toonami. So, but I don't know. Have they rerun it since then? I'm wondering.
I don't think so.
Because I know that recently, the rights issue kind of, I think it got resolved. So it's
Yeah, it just came back to Crunchyroll
Right.
in 2026. You showed me that, and
Yeah.
I've fallen asleep to it every night since you showed it to me.
Oh, that's a good segue. Speaking of falling asleep to stuff involving Toonami, I have found that there are like 24-hour videos on YouTube with the original Toonami lineups, depending on the era that you grew up with. You can find these, and and some of them have the original commercials and everything.
Yep.
And it's one of the coolest things because I will wake up in the middle of the night to Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Or to Sailor Moon or whatever, occasionally episodes of Dragon Ball. And I'm like, that is such a neat kind of throwback. The only thing that would be better is if I woke up to the world's greatest love songs.
Yeah,
Tell me, how am I supposed to live without you? Yeah. But I saw one of those recently where they got the Animal Crossing characters and did a whole like a mock commercial with KK Slider. And I was like, that is a mashup of two completely different cultures. Like, that is...
Bro, I actually went and made a playlist on Spotify of all the songs in the Time Life Greatest Love Songs album.
Yeah. So what is the... what would you say is the first show that you ever watched on Toonami?
I'm going to have to say I didn't watch any of... Okay, this is weird. When I put it in order, I'm going to have to say around 2001 with the Big O.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was coming in real heavy. Like, I knew about... I had watched Dragon Ball Z. I'd watched Sailor Moon, Voltron, Robot. I'd watched all those. Okay. I skipped everything Tenchi. I skipped all that. Mayu Universe, Tenchi, and Tokyo. Outlaw Star. I didn't watch that until much later.
Right.
But the Big O had me in a stranglehold.
So
I couldn't get away from that one.
I have a very spotty memory when it comes to where it started for me. But I do know that I was one of those kids that every day after school, I ran home so I could try to catch the Dragon Ball Z. And that was a formative memory for me. But
yeah,
I didn't really watch anything else on there at the time. Like, I didn't watch Sailor Moon on there. I still haven't seen the whole series of Sailor Moon. I probably should. It's such a iconic series, but I just haven't gotten around to it in my 33 years. Neither did I watch Ronin Warriors or even Gundam Wing. I saw like a few episodes here and there. My friends were at the time were all into it, but I wasn't. Tenchi Muyo was really kind of probably the first, aside from non-Dragon Ball show. That's probably the first non-Dragon Ball show that I watched on Toonami. And I don't even think I watched it on Toonami. I think I watched it on Adult Swim when it first aired. Because I remember I was up late one night and I saw this cartoon show on, and there was no like full frontal nudity, but I saw boobs. There was no nipples, but I saw boobs, and 9-10-year-old me was like, "Ooh, I like this show already." And
which one was that?
Tenchi Muyo.
Really?
Yeah, like it was very obvious. They censored out the full frontal because in the original version there is an unedited version, but in order to air it on Cartoon Network, they had to censor out the nipples. But no, I saw that and I was like, "Oh, what is this show?" And then that was it for me. It was over. And then I saw.
Dang.
What's up?
I'll be dang. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then I saw a handful of episodes of Outlaw Star. I own the whole series now. I just haven't yet watched it from start to finish, and it's something I'm going to fix very soon. Still never finished the Big O, but I will swear by that show's quality. I love every time I start it, I say this is such a good show. It would be really cool if I could just finish it, and I never have the attention span to finish it. So, but yeah, no, that's kind of where it all began for me. I never realized Cardcaptor Sakura was a thing. I only knew it as Cardcaptors, and it aired on Kids WB. and it was an abomination.
Yeah, dude, first of all, a lot of anime we got did not come through Toonami. They collected it because, like, that thing, G-Force, Guardians of Space, I remember when that was called Battle of the Planets.
Oh, okay.
And I watched Battle of the Planets, and that was basically Space Science Ninja Team Gatchaman.
Okay.
And so when they chopped it up and brought it over and put Casey Kasem in it to back in the late 70s, early 80s, it was called Battle of the Planets, but it was Gatchaman. Okay. And they edited out all the violence and stuff, and they made American famous voices like Casey Kasem, who was, you know, the voice of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Right. They did all of that. I saw that there, but then it came back as G-Force in 2000, and it was just a filler on there. Gundam Wing, I do remember seeing the first time I ever saw Gundam Wing, and he said, "Kill you," when she invited him to the birthday party. Yeah. I was up at night, and I saw that episode on Toonami, and the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't know what this is, but that kid is edgy as hell. I gotta watch this. Did she say something to him to make him mad about this party?
I don't know the context of that conversation, and honestly, I'm scared that if I ever find out that I'm not gonna like that scene as much. But yeah, no.
I watched it there, and then it made me go watch the whole show. I was like, yeah.
Speaking of Gundam, a couple of years back, I started watching the original, and I liked it, but like I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. I'm like 9 episodes in, and
oh my god, I finished a bunch of these.
Yeah, and like there's something about like I understand why the original Gundam like created a whole genre basically, but it's just I don't know. It's just there's something about that show that just it's very slow, very hard to get into, but like it definitely was worth it was like the inspiration for like every single mecha series ever. I still find it hilarious that like Code Geass, I think, and like there's a whole Sunrise. It just was all by Sunrise, and they created so many very different series. They're not typecast at all.
Yeah, no, Sunrise is behind Pat Labor, and then they did all the Gundams, and they did a bunch of the Gundams, man, and then they did Outlaw Star, and they were also a hand into Big O.
Right, yeah.
Sunrise was part of your Toonami run, man, but yeah. I'm gonna say this is weird. I did watch the 08 MS Team, which is a Gundam series, but it's basically Gundam in Vietnam.
Right, yeah.
That's all that was, Gundam in Vietnam.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know the final episode never aired on Toonami. That's crazy.
Yeah, I watched that whole series, and this is what's funny. Best thing about the pandemic, Hulu had all these uncut, unedited, and I watched the entire run, including those last episodes on Hulu during the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah, I watched the 08. I watched Gundam Wing. Mobile Suit Gundam. I did them all.
I love this.
I did them all.
I love this Wikipedia list because of the interesting facts that run in the margins. Like the fact that Mobile Suit Gundam ran abbreviated due to the September 11th attacks. Like I would never have imagined that, but it makes sense in hindsight.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like when you think about all the media that was affected by 9/11 in the sense, like, I think that like Lilo and Stitch was originally supposed to have a chase scene with a big ass jumbo jet, and they replaced it with a spaceship because they didn't want to, dredge up any trauma. And I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that changed. Like, there's full videos on like how that affected media, and it's just fascinating to me. I saw Pokemon Indigo League was on Toonami, and that was weird because that was always a WB property, but it says that it aired briefly on Toonami Jetstream as a special to promote Pokemon Snap for the Wii Virtual Console. So that's kind of crazy. I didn't even think about how Pokemon was on Toonami technically. But
I didn't either, man. Now, some of these on here blew me away because Zatch Bell.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was in the afternoon. I don't remember that being.
That was
that on Kids WB also?
Maybe, but I do know that I believe that was during the era of Toonami where they had it was like the really bad era where there was Tom wasn't even really Tom. It was I don't know if you ever paid attention to the Toms, but it was that era where the absolution was on a planet and not in space. And
oh yeah,
and so everyone was like, "Oh, that's not the Tom that I know." But kind of in that same era, we had Mar or Mare, and then we had Bobobo. Oh my God, Bobobo, Bobobo.
I forgot what's on there.
I want to watch that again because I actually kind of dug that. At first, I thought it was stupid as hell, but I think the more time has passed, I think I would appreciate it more because my humor is basically as stupid as Bobobo is.
Yeah, see, some shows come to you too soon.
Yeah,
that was too soon.
I imagine the angsty James would have been like, "Oh, this is stupid," but the 2026 James is like, "Ha, Bobobo."
I need this in my life. Did you watch Dot Hack Signs on here?
Brother, you are talking to the biggest Dot Hack fan in the entire world. Yes, I didn't watch it on here. I watched it on DVD. But yes, I did watch it. You just opened up the can. You were like I'm opening up Pandora's box and asking James about Dot Hack.
Yeah.
and normally I wouldn't. Normally I would have more to say, but the fact that they recently announced a new game is okay, I'm chill. I promise.
I am following that on YouTube, and I watch every video that drops. It's in my algorithm, and I'm like, when that game drops, it's one of the few games that I think the day it becomes available on Steam, there's a good chance I'm gonna see you in the game with me on day one.
Oh, absolutely. It's I don't know when, but just a side note, the fact that Bandai Namco is not really involved in the distribution or anything, it's all CC2. I am so ready because Bandai Namco was the thing that was holding that franchise back for so many years. And finally, they were just fine, make another one, whatever. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, no, man, I'm going to probably be a day one on Dot Hack when it drops the new one.
Absolutely. Let's see.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, that's.
Did you watch?
So I watched a couple of episodes. I've read more of the manga, I think, than I have watched the show. But one of our mutuals is a huge Yu Yu Hakusho girly, and that is our resident short queen, Aka. And she loves Yu Yu Hakusho.
I did not know that.
And it's one of those things. I've wanted to watch it just so I could kind of get the kind of understand where why she likes it so much, because it looks good, and I like Hunter x Hunter, so I like Togashi's art style and his storytelling style, but I just for some reason never caught on to the show. But
I tell you this, Rurouni Kenshin, I didn't appreciate when it was airing, but when I finally sat down and watched the entire run, my God, that's such a good show. I
never really got into it, and now I feel weird because of the author being a pedophile. So it's kind of it's I'm sure the show is fine, but it's just the entire time I'm be like, what were you using that money that you made on that show? I
watched it before all that came out.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I'm a 2016, 2018 guy on that show, so it's I got to enjoy the art before the artist
decided to be a horrible person.
Kind of like R. Kelly. I got to enjoy those albums when I was making kids to him, not when he was having sex with kids.
It's I got to read J.K. Rowling's stuff before she became a TERF, and not now.
Oh yeah, so you get to enjoy the art first, and then they ruin themselves. And then you go, oh yeah, okay.
Dragon Ball GT. I think Dragon Ball GT originally aired on Midnight Run, because Toonami had separate airing blocks. They had regular Toonami, and then they had Midnight Run, which was like basically what Toonami Adult Swim is today, and then they had like what was it called? Rising Sun. Yeah, the Rising Sun, which was like early morning cartoons. And I believe Dragon Ball GT was a Midnight Run pick. Because I remember when I started watching it, I think I watched it at night. And that was kind of where that started. But no, there's a lot of shows on this damn, like there's so much history behind Toonami. And like this is something that like because we're talking about this, I feel like I need to just do a subtle plug. One of the panelists who attends Austin Cons regularly does a Toonami Adult Swim panel. I think it's just Toonami, but he does a Toonami panel, and I've been to it a couple times. It's not bad. He goes through the nitty gritty of the history of it, and so it's more than what we're gonna do here. So if you're ever in the Austin scene, look for the history of Toonami panel and go check it out if you're interested. But oh yeah, One Piece was on Toonami for a while too. Although it started on 4Kids, and then it went on to whenever they ended it at episode 384 on Adult Swim, and then they continued it at 517. So they completely skipped like 130 episodes. And I'm like, well, that's why streaming exists. You know, if you're really watching One Piece week to week one, you're not going to finish it until you're literally in your 80s, 90s. But, you know.
Dude, I'm going through this list and I forgot. Okay, Mar, I forgot about that show.
Right.
IGPX. That
was actually, if I'm not mistaken, that was like one of the first times Toonami like actually funded a show. Because I think that whole show was like one big plug for Toonami.
It is. It looks like it. And Bandai Namco was involved. There was a lot of big names in that.
Right. To think that was the show that originally started without that show, we would not have season 2, 3, 4, or 5 of Fully Cooley. And frankly, I think that we shouldn't have those anyway. So.
I'm not going to say nothing, but if you go down here and start looking at 2012, 2012, they were putting in work, bruh.
Yeah, Bleach, Casher and Sins,
Bebop, Casher and Sins, Dead Man Wonderland, Brotherhood, Ghost in the Shell, Second Gig, Standalone Complex, Eureka 7, Samurai 7, Inuyasha. This is where most people came into.
Yeah. I remember
this is the year.
I remember whenever they aired Eureka 7 and Samurai 7, they were like, oh, it's the Lucky Sevens or whatever. That was their like whole marketing shtick. And I was like, oh, that is so cool. And they had Sword Art Online. Oh my gosh. Such a good show. I'm only half joking. I do enjoy Sword Art Online now.
I do too, man. It's one of those shows where we complain about it, but we watched it.
Oh, well, it's one of those things where once I watched War of Underworld, I was like, dang, this is actually a really solid series. Why has it not always been like this? But, dude,
oh my God.
Space Dandy was like an original. It aired on Toonami before it even aired in Japan. Like, that was kind of a thing.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about Attack on Titan, but it was on there.
But dude, I looking at Soul Eater was on here. I don't know where I got into Soul Eater, but what's it through this? Because I watched all of Soul Eater, I want to say,
go ahead.
Everything. I don't think I watched it on here.
I didn't either. I watched it on Netflix, but back whenever I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but I know that when I was in college, I watched it, and.
May have been where I watched it too, because I finished the whole series.
Right, yeah. That was a solid series. I still think it needs to be rebooted because we need an actual manga accurate, kind of like a Brotherhood version. But and also, especially with Fire Force ending soon, I'm hoping that we get an announcement soon. But
Black Lagoon was introduced to that through Toonami.
Oh yeah, because I don't know if I ever. I think that might have been the first time I heard of Black Lagoon because I don't know if I heard about it before it was on Toonami. Let's see. Dimension W was one that I remember. I never saw it, but I know that I saw the ads for it, and it looked really neat. And it was that was on.
Oh yeah, me and what was his? Me and Zane, the Handlebar Senpai. This was our show. We were into this one, bro.
Dimension W.
Yeah, we were into that one.
Nice.
Dude, here's what gets me. I had watched Hellsing, the original, way before it came here.
Right.
But some of these shows that I'm seeing, like Gurren Lagann, I didn't watch it here.
Right. I watched it way before then.
Yeah, Kill la Kill, I'd watched way before it got here. Sword Art Online, I was so far ahead by the time it got to 2 on here. I was like, bro, get on my level.
And that's the thing, right? That's something that I kind of wanted to mention in this episode because as much as we have nostalgic feelings for Toonami and Adult Swim, it's just, I feel like most of us anyway, we're ruined. Like we can't, like we can no longer watch just one episode a week. It's just something that we can't physically do with anime. And it's like, I'm more likely to see a show on Toonami and be like, oh, that looks cool. I'm just going to go binge it real quick. I remember there were times at like Anime CTX, I would go into the green room and they would have Toonami on that Saturday night. And I would see an episode of Black Clover, for example, and I would be like, oh, this looks really neat. So then whenever I actually went and binged Black Clover, I was like, oh, yeah, that's the episode I was on whenever we went to Anime CTX.
Exactly.
And so it would be one of those things where I just wouldn't. I wouldn't watch it week to week. I would just be like, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to go watch it all right now.
Yeah, like Iron-Blooded Orphans. I'm a Mobile Suit Gundam junkie. I watched that week to week when it aired originally on Crunchyroll.
Right. I watched the first season week to week, but I didn't. Or maybe I watched partial week to week. And I know I started it when they had a few episodes out. But yeah.
Yeah, like Akami Got Killed, Parasite, Shampoo. Yeah, 100% Adult Swim. That was how I got to enjoy Shampoo.
Right.
Samurai Shampoo. Hunter x Hunter. Nope, didn't do it there. I had to go watch it somewhere else so I could watch all of it and binge it. It's Dimension W. I binge week to week on Crunchyroll.
It's like I think today is kind of the thing where I respect Toonami today because they are introducing a new generation of people who do watch it week to week. That like tomorrow's weebs are going to be the people who were on Toonami today, just like today's weebs are the people who were on Toonami in the 90s. And so it's just even though I can't personally enjoy Toonami as much as I used to, it's like there are enough people watching that it's stayed on for 13 years again. And honestly, that feels cool, you know?
Yeah, because I'm looking at a lot of this, and if you start going into the 20s, we're starting to look at where they're, hey, yeah, it's going to air today on, it'll air Saturday night on here, and then it'll be on HBO Max.
Right, yeah.
Next day. So I'm starting to see a lot of these where I'm like, yeah, I watched Fina Pirate Princess on Crunchyroll after it had finished its run. House in Complex C, I watched on HBO. Yeah, I skipped every Fooly Cooly.
There's a lot of
shoegaze.
Oh, you skipped them?
I did.
I mean, they're. I would say they're worth watching once, but like they're not as memorable. Like you're not going to rewatch them like you would the original, you know. But
yeah,
I watched them once and I was like, okay, that's cool, but I'm not like, I don't really care too much about them. But there's a lot of shows that are airing more recently that I feel like I need to go back and catch up on HBO Max. Like, for example, like I tried watching an episode of Rick and Morty, the anime, and like I just wasn't feeling it whenever I tried it, but like that was also, I mean, I wasn't like invested either. But like that's one thing about me that I've found out is that I just really like Rick and Morty. Like it's like all these people are saying that it's cringe, and I'm like, no, it's a good show. It's just it's just the fans that took it too far with the Szechuan sauce bit, and like that's permanently associated with the show. But like, I like it, you know. So, but
I enjoyed Lazarus.
Yeah, that's one that I want to watch too. That and Uzumaki, even though people said that it wasn't as good.
I liked it.
Yeah, I mean,
it has some weird scenes, but one weird animated scene doesn't ruin a series for me.
Right.
When I got to look at the whole series every episode, and if 99% of it was compelling and actually the story from the manga, yeah, I'm going to give it that.
And then of course, as of recording this anyway, this is going to be posted a lot later, but as of recording this, next week we've got the very most recent series that's coming as Rooster Fighter. And I've seen so little of this, and it reminds me so much of like One Punch Man and the way that it's being presented. Like, oh, big kaiju monster gets defeated by a chicken, and I'm like,
I want to see it so bad. Though
it's morbid. It's more morbid curiosity for me. Like I want to check it out, but I'm also expecting it to be like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I watched Tokyo. Like I'm looking at this, and we have hit a part where I'm not waiting for it to come to. I don't wait for anything to come to Toonami anymore. Right. I watched Tokyo Revengers before it got here.
Right.
Den. I saw it before it got here.
Have you seen Blue Lock yet?
No.
I watched like a handful of episodes, and it's mostly because one of the voice actors at a con challenged me to watch a couple of the episodes. Yeah. And I like it. It's actually really solid. I just haven't watched more than like 3 or 4 episodes. I'm not normally a huge sports guy, but like,
yeah,
I like the fact that it's basically Attack on Titan meets soccer. It's like, okay, I guess. Yeah, you're done.
I did watch that Ninja Kamui or Kamai.
Oh yeah, Ninja Kamui. Yeah,
that Ninja. Yeah, whatever that is. Let me tell you something. I watched that, and the reason I watched it is one of my favorite YouTubers did a series where he said this show should be called Run the Fade. And it was every episode, this dude was whooping somebody's ass, putting his foot in somebody's ass. And it was like the most entertaining fight ever. Every episode he's fighting somebody. And I'm just like, they deserve that ass whooping. It's so fun.
There's so much to the Toonami Adult Swim conversation that we really could fit into one episode. So maybe we'll do another one later on down the line. But, you know, maybe we won't, you know, but we'll just, if you want to see a part 2 to this topic, let us know and we'll come
man, because there's some stuff we could pick apart, but
yeah,
I think you said it best. This is basically the weeb introduction kit for a lot of people.
So thank you to Jason DeMarco. I believe he's the guy who's basically to blame for bringing Toonami back or bringing it to us at all. And to the wonderful people at William Street, you guys are great. Keep doing what you're doing. And, you know, if you are watching this and you want to just tune your brain off and pretend like you're, you know, a 10-year-old eating cereal in the dark watching Toonami, go to YouTube and just type in like Toonami 24-hour broadcast. You'll see all the wonderful people making that happen somehow by the I don't know how they get around the copyright bots, but somehow they do. And you know,
and it's a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's like now you'll find some where they have to like cut out certain parts of the episode, but like the fact that any of that video is able to stay online is a miracle. So
yes.
But thank you all very much for watching. This has been another wonderful episode of the Otaku Obentou Podcast. Your mom said hi, and she misses you. You should call her. Yeah, anything to report on your end, Coach?
Man, nothing, man. I just think you and I need to sit down and talk about taking the show on the road and doing a con soon.
Yep, that's definitely something that we should indeed do. We will have more to report on that front in the near future. But y'all, in the meantime, y'all go watch some anime and get off our backs. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.